As folks begin to learn more about who is running for office in Terre Haute, just how interested will voters be come November? News 10's Matt Gregory found a disturbing trend that's continued for the last 16 years in Terre Haute.
The first public mayoral debate between incumbent Duke Bennett and challenger Fred Nation seemed to tell one story on this year's election: jobs.
And every politician says they're going to create jobs.
How do we bring more jobs to Terre Haute?
But if you looked around the half-full auditorium, you saw another story: Terre Haute's lack of interested voters. Well, I did a little research on city primary elections and city general elections, and I found a disturbing trend. In 1995, 45% of registered voters turned out to vote in the primary city elections. And then in the general election, only 33%. Fast forward to the 2011 primaries, only 15% of registered voters actually turned out to vote. So we didn't know what to expect in November, and we also didn't know what would cause this trend. So I found an expert. His name is Dr. Matthew Bergbauer, a political scientist at Indiana State University who specializes in state and local elections. He says the trend starts not locally, but at a state level.
Comparatively to other states, Indiana is low when it comes to voter turnout.
When Hoosiers do come to these polls, they have several obstacles in their way. For one, in Indiana, you can't register and vote in the same day. Indiana also has another challenge that's highly controversial.
Not every state requires you to have a photo identification when you go and vote. And this was a bit of a controversy in Indiana that reached all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. The Supreme Court did allow Indiana to keep having photo IDs in their requirements to vote. And this does disenfranchise some people that don't have a photo ID.
But he says ultimately, to raise voter turnout, it's up to these guys.
You can pinpoint the responsibility of campaigns, the responsibility of candidates, and put a little bit of blame there, if you want to say blame, or a little bit of responsibility on their part to increase voter turnout.
So we'll have to watch and see if more voters turn out as the campaign starts to heat up. In Terre Haute, Matt Gregory, News 10.
Now, after last night's debate, we'd like to know what you think. Who will you vote for? You can visit our website, WTHI-TV.com, and join in the poll in the lower right-hand corner.